I'm building a candle business, but I'm building it slowly, and I want to explain why. There's a lot of noise online about growing fast, scaling quickly, turning hobbies into six figures in 12 months. But that's not what I'm trying to do here. I don't want my child to feel like they're competing with the business. My home comes first, always. This season of my life is small, it's ordinary. It's breakfast dishes and toys on the floor, laundry that never really ends, and I don't want to rush through it. So this business, it has to fit inside that rhythm, not replace it. I'm growing this slowly on purpose, not because I lack ambition, not because I don't have ideas, but because I know what matters most to me. I don't want my home to feel like a production studio. I don't want to be checking analytics while my child is asking me to play. I've watched hustle culture convince people that urgency equals importance. But urgency isn't the same as value. If something is meant to last, it doesn't need panic attached to it. This business is allowed to take years. It's allowed to grow at the pace of nap times, at the pace of quiet evenings, at the pace of real life, around laundry and dishes and being interrupted. I don't want hustle culture. I don't want to be constantly chasing the next milestone. I want a steady rhythm. There are days when I don't touch it at all because someone needs me more. And that's not a setback, that's alignment. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I didn't. If I pushed harder, posted every day, turned every quiet moment into strategy time. There's a version of this where I stay up late answering emails, where I refresh analytics, where I measure the success of my day by numbers instead of peace. And maybe it would grow faster. But at what cost? I don't want to look back and realize I built something impressive, but missed the small, ordinary moments that actually mattered. The way my child asks for help opening a snack. The way they narrate their little words while I'm at the sink. The way they want me to watch, even if it's the same trick over and over again. That's the season I'm in, and I don't want to trade it for the world. There have already been days where I had plans to work on my candle business. A list was written out, ideas ready, and then someone got sick, or didn't nap, or just needed me more than I expected. And in those moments, I had to decide, is this business in charge of me, or am I in charge of it? And every time, I choose this home. I choose my kids. I choose my marriage. Because in the end, that matters more to me than anything else ever would. My home is my first priority, not in a performative way, not in a perfect homemaker way, but in a grounded way. I want my child to remember a present mother, not one who was always building something bigger somewhere else. I want the sound of music in the kitchen, the clinking of dishes, the feeling of warmth in the evenings. Those things matter to me. If this business ever demands more than I'm willing to give, it doesn't get to win. That's a boundary I've already decided, because businesses can be rebuilt, but childhood seasons can't. I don't want hustle culture attached to this. I don't want to measure my worth by how fast it grows. I don't want every quiet moment to feel like an opportunity I should be monetizing. There's something deeply exhausting about turning every gift into a grind. Candles for me started as something peaceful, something creative, something grounding. If I build this in a frantic way, I lose the very reason I started. So instead of chasing virality, I'm choosing steadiness. Instead of scaling fast, I'm building deep. Instead of asking, how can I grow this the fastest? I'm asking, how can I grow this in a way that still feels like me? I think hustle culture quietly convinces us that rest is laziness, that slowness is weakness, that if we're not optimizing every minute, we're falling behind. But behind who? I'm not in competition with anyone else's timeline. I don't need to hit someone else's revenue goal or someone else's posting schedule. There's something deeply freeing about deciding I will build this at the speed of my real life. That means some weeks will be productive, some weeks will be quiet, some weeks will be just survival, and that's okay. I think in decades, 25 years from now, I don't want to say I grew quickly. I want to say I built something that lasted. Maybe it's still small, maybe it's steady and local, maybe it supports our family in a quiet, meaningful way. Or maybe it grows more than I expected, but I'm not building it for next month. I'm building it for long term, for stability that compounds slowly, for a life where my work feels integrated, not separated from who I am at home. Small income now is okay. Learning now is okay. Slow progress is okay, because roots take time, and I'd rather have roots than speed. When I say 25 years, I don't just mean a number. I picture myself older. Maybe my children are grown. Maybe this house is quieter. And I imagine still lighting these candles, still creating something with my hands, still having a small, steady business that reflects who I've always been. I imagine telling my children, this didn't happen overnight. It grew with us. I want them to see that you can build something meaningful without sacrificing what matters most. That you can choose steady over spectacular. That you can prioritize family and still pursue creativity. That's the legacy I care about. Let's be honest, this isn't wildly profitable right now. It's small, and sometimes that can feel discouraging. But small doesn't mean insignificant. Every market, every order, every repeat customer, it's proof of concept. It's proof that slow doesn't mean stagnant. It means intentional. For a while, I wrestled with this question. Can I be fully present at home and still build something outside of it? The answer for me is yes, but only if the order stays clear. Home first, business second. Not because business isn't important, but because this season won't last forever, and I refuse to miss it. So if you're watching this channel expecting overnight transformation, you won't find it here. You'll find dishes, you'll see laundry piles, you'll see interruptions, you'll find messy counters sometimes, you'll find unfinished thoughts, you'll see me figuring things out, you'll find me learning marketing slowly, you'll find business growth that's honest, not inflated, you'll see homemaking that isn't aesthetic all the time, making mistakes, adjusting, learning slowly, testing products slowly, growing confidence slowly. This isn't a highlight reel. This space will be about rhythm, about balance, about choosing presence over pressure, not perfectly, but intentionally. And if you're in a season where you're trying to build something without losing yourself in the process, I hope this feels like permission. There's something powerful about choosing the long road, about deciding you don't need to rush, about building something that fits into your real life instead of trying to escape it. So this is me planting a flag. I'm building a candle business. Slowly, rooted in home, and I'm grateful you're here for it.